On today's show, we turn up the noise on some of our favorite tracks about bros being bros, because that's what friends are for. On today's Six Picks Music Club. Welcome to Six Picks Music Club, a music podcast for people who know a friend's a friend who knows what being a friend is. Talking to a friend who know that in good times and bad times, you can always count on me. For sure. Because that's what friends are for. Hey, listener, welcome back for a brand new episode of Six Picks Music Club, the music podcast where each episode we pick 6 songs based on a theme. Thanks for being part of the show and listening every other Wednesday to the new episodes. We're on the platform that you're listening to right now, so if you like that, cool. If you'd like to listen on another one, we're on that one too. Tell your friend and tell them to tell a friend and help us grow that show. Like, subscribe, do all those things, and drop us comments or contact us at the website, which is sixpicksmusic.club, to let us know when we screw up, like I'm doing right now, and your favorite tracks that we missed. I'm Dave, and with me are 2 dudes who are always guaranteed to give a good hug. We got Russ and Geoff. Hey, dudes. How are we doing?
Good.
Sup?
Good. Well, it's also a special treat, listener, because in addition to these 2 dudes, we have yet another dude who gives great hugs. We like to welcome back to the pod, Big Boy Bobby. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing well. It's nice to be back. A little bit of work to get this mother trucker going, but I'm here. I'm ready to party.
Hell yeah, dude. It's good to see your face.
So tonight it's dude on dude on dude on dude action.
That's a lot of dudes.
The hottest action there is. It's one of my overused tabs on the site.
Is that called quad dude? I need quad dude.
Yeah, it's quad duding.
Yeah. I think that was the title of that Who record, Quaduphilia, right?
Oh, yeah, Quaduphilia.
There you go.
That's a good one, man.
All right, before we use up all our good material, we got to get into the clubhouse. And, we had this idea to do a secret handshake to get into the club, but it doesn't really translate to podcasts or radio. So we're going to just keep with that password tradition. Jeffro, what is our password today?
All my rowdy friends are going podding tonight.
All right, most excellent. We got the 4 best friends that ever was. Let's get in there. Let's go right to welcoming Bobby back. Bobby, it's been a minute. How you been, dude? What's going on in your life?
You've been well. Just rocking it here in sunny Denver, Colorado. Tearing it up, work stupid, and fun stuff with the concert lineup, strong concert lineup this summer, which I am very much looking forward to. But yeah, dude, all is well. Sweet pup, family's well, all is good, dude.
That's great to hear, man.
Well, at least I don't have the lisp because yesterday...
Oh, you got that tooth fixed?
I have both of my fucking teeth fixed, which is supposed to be the forever fix. Like, this is
Bobby had been going like just hillbilly elegy for the last few weeks, like just one big old tooth up front.
I didn't care, dude. It was the front tooth, and I had to wear this flipper, It was just a fake tooth, but it was like a retainer. So it was a mouthful of peanut butter. And then playing poker with these idiots, I was like, I don't give a shit, dude. I'm hillbilly barefoot. Just let's go.
But we also were talking about, like, if he just went out in Denver in any given night with that tooth out, people would be like, ugh, this guy's on meth. But if you were in Canada and you went out with that tooth out, it'd be
you're a hockey player.
You're just a hockey player. Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, what's the Shoresy? Dude, those boys went out without their fucking teeth all the time, and they were getting laid.
Yeah, which is totally reality.
Total reality. Endless, gorgeous women, one after the next.
Well, yeah, so this is a great segue here to Bobby. I'm so glad you're here on this episode because this is about friendship and brotherhood and coming into college. You were the elder statesman by just a couple of years, but enough so that you had an elevated persona.
Like you definitely was a difference in age. Yes.
It was like you had an ankle injury and you came back to the Frisbee field and you were recovering from it like a broken ankle or some kind of thing. And then we were like, who's this guy?
Yeah, dude. I had graduated 2 years prior to taking a class so I could play Ultimate Frisbee with you boys.
Right. Because you still had eligibility by the NCAA rules, right?
We all did, I guess, become friends at kind of the same time because I know that I met you, Bobby, very early on. I was 17, and I invited you to my dorm room to drink Keystone Lights one time, and you came, even though you're like 25 years old. It's so weird.
It was post Winter League, but yeah, I was like, yeah, fuck it. This guy's all right. Let's go.
Yeah, and we just hung out in my dorm room and drank Keystone Lights, and it was fun. And then you like disappeared, and I didn't see you for like 2 years or something. I don't know, or a year. And then, but I was hanging out with Dave because of Frisbee, and you had that house with Zach.
Yeah.
It does seem like lifelong friends. I mean, I was in both of your weddings, and since I've intentionally or unintentionally avoided that, however you want to put it, you guys will never be in one of mine because it's not fucking happening.
Well, you eloped, but it doesn't count because it was annulled. So
it doesn't count.
Like it got erased
Prove
from
it.
history. Yeah.
Prove it.
This is what I always say. Legally speaking, Bobby
Yes.
has never been married.
All right, well, let's get into the picks tonight. We're going to kick it off tonight with Jeffro got the first track tonight. Tell us about what you have, sir.
Well, I got a little tune by Randy Newman off of, got to be the greatest cartoon song of all time, but off of the Toy Story soundtrack from 1995, I believe. You Got a Friend in Me.
You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Have I heard this song the most out of all of us, do you think? Like, who has watched Toy Story like a million fucking times?
I've seen it one time, and I haven't
time?
seen the second or the third or anymore. No.
Yeah, the fourth now. Yeah, I like how pissed Quentin Tarantino is that there was a fourth one. He was like, the end of the third one was perfect. Why you shouldn't have ever made a fourth? I refuse to watch it. Like, he's like, there's no way that it's a good. Randy Newman, to me, like, first off, Major League soundtrack Randy Newman. I love it. He's the great on-the-nose songwriter of all time, where it's like the lyrics are exactly what the movie is about, or exactly, like, there's no hidden meanings in any of his lyrics. It's all just 100% on the nose. And so the movie Toy Story is really about adversaries that become friends, and I like that storyline. But I also just this song, I mean, I have watched Toy Story so much because I have 3 children, and they're into Toy Story, and we have watched the shit out of these movies, and so I've heard the song probably 1,000 times, and it is a happy friend song. Some other people might be a little bit smarter than I am, maybe a bit something too. I can't remember what he says, but none of them will love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy. You know, it's a great expression of friendship.
No, it is to the point. It is straight up.
Yeah, no. I always thought this song was about he's friends with the toy. I didn't think of it as adversaries becoming friends. I was always like, oh yeah, it's like a
It's
kid.
both, bro. That's what's so layered about this son of a bitch. It's both of them.
I thought he's on the nose. Yeah.
No, but it's about both friendships. It applies to both of them. Andy and Woody. Andy's the boy, Woody is the toy. Their friendship, that's the way it starts. But it becomes about Buzz and Woody's friendship.
Okay. All right.
You know? So it's not either or,
Yeah.
it's both, bro.
Did the movie
So do you-
absolutely make the song? Though,
Yeah.
without the movie, is the song a hidden almost, I mean, I know Randy Newman's still well known, but that movie made that song.
I think the song, in fact, check me on this, but won a Grammy. So it is quite a famous song, but, or maybe an Oscar. I'm not sure. It's like
nominated for Oscar and Golden Globe, but did not win.
Let me ask then, was that song written for the movie or he had already written that?
No.
Okay, it was written for the movie. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but also the words of it are like the clearest expression of male friendship that is out there. Like, we all have our little songs that we've chosen and stuff, and they hit on different facets of friendship, but this one is like, some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. I'm not the greatest, but I'm your friend. We're friends, you know? None of them are going to love you like I love you. You know, he's even saying the L word to his buddy. It's strong.
No, I think that is something that is kind of great about Friends, is that good friends is that they showcase elements that you admire, that maybe you wish you had more of yourself, and so you try to bring those people closer to you so that you can, I don't know, hold on to some of that magic that they have.
His quote about this song is kind of funny. He said, it's a fucking lie, of course. But what do you expect? It's a cartoon. So he does not believe in this song or these lyrics at all.
He's just doing the money sign the whole time.
I think
what's a lie about it, dude? How is it a lie?
I think it's a lie because he never really had a real friend. Like he's bitter and jaded. He's never had what we have.
He had to incorporate words like comforting and friendly and love, but it's all a lie.
You know, it might not have met his needs though, but the people that did love the song and the movie, then they probably could relate closer to that whole friendship thing. So there's something to that.
So we actually reached out to the Newman family because we wanted to, get their blessing on talking about the Toy Story song, and they're all for it. They're very excited about the episode. They love the idea of friendship and brotherhood and what the song represents. And they actually introduced us to Randy's second cousin, who goes by Dandy Newman, and he actually wrote a song that Randy based his song on. So it's the inspiration for. So we thought we would play that here and just kind of talk about where the song came from.
1, 2, 3, go. You gotta put your friend in me. You gotta put your friend in me. When your cock's on the rise and you're miles from your cozy thighs, just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you got a dong in need. Yeah, you got a Johnson to heed. You got a schlong on speed. You got a pecker, don't be meek. You got troubles, I get limp too. There isn't anything I wouldn't whip for you. We stick together even when I'm blue, 'cause you've got a sausage to pursue. Some other dudes might be a little bit longer than I am, bigger and thick from the gym, but none of them will plow you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, raw and true. And as the years go by, our bond won't soften. Even if it's small, you'll see it's showtime. You got a troublemaker in me. You got a Peter to free. You got a ride and spine on me.
Please stick your friend in me. Wait, what? How do you stick a friend in you?
Slow it down, dude.
Yeah. Insert your friend in me. Whoa.
Find a way to slide in, man. You gotta slide your friend in me.
All right. Well, I think that's a great segue to pick number 2. Bobby, we're going to you. What's your first track here tonight?
Yeah, so I definitely went an incredibly different direction. I loved the topic. And the two different songs, this one is Dilated Peoples, Worst Comes to Worst.
Yo, some people got good friends. At night I live my life right. Intense. On the edge, on the wire. I'm from the group where friction leads to fire. Stack your bricks, the time is take your pick. Do it, don't. The track, alchemist. Yo, my life is good. I got my peeps in the mix, so.
Worst come to worst, my peoples come first. I got worldwide family all over the earth, and I worry about them all for whatever it's worth. From the birth to the hearse, through streets the guns burst. Words I disperse are here to free minds, and if mine are needy, I need to feed mine. When worst come to worst,
set up shop and write a
First time I heard this song, I fell in love with it. It was one of those songs where I heard and then I played it again and then I played it again. More for the jam. I mean, it's just such a chill jam. It's a driving in your car jam, rocking out. And then though, first let me tell you a little. Dilated Peoples, it's Evidence is the producer and rapper. Then Raka is the second rapper. Then they have a DJ Babu. And it is kind of that, this band started in 92 in LA. It's absolutely 90s hip hop, bringing in a bunch of other people, sampling a bunch of other songs. In fact, in this song, they sample Mobb Deep's Survival of the Fittest. That's a vocal in the background. But they also sampled the music from William Bell, the I Forgot to Be Your Lover. So it's cool. Just that they use other people's tunes to make this verse, to make this song. I love the idea of when worst comes to worst, my people's comes first. I really did think about this, maybe more than I should have. But like I said before, there was a time where I was really going through horrible shit. And I actually got to be kind of on the receiving end of true friendship when I was at my worst. And when you guys said brothership, that friendship thing, I'll spit it out loud. Geoff stepped in along with a lot of other people, of course, my family and other people, but they really did step in and say, that's enough, dude. This is the worst. Like, it got to the point where I needed people to kind of come in and, shake my shit up and tell me that worst has come to worst. And they put me first, which is fucking cool. It really is a song about family, a song about people that care about each other, a song about people that still reach out to other people. Like he talks about, I have people all over the nation, all over the world that they've reached. So it's not that he's limiting it to his family, but how important it is and how important it is to look out for them on top of just being a fucking jam. It's great. It's impactful. And finding this song for this night, it was cool, kind of relive it. And like I said, I have been singing that song in my head for the last 48 hours. Fucking annoying at this point. It's an earworm, but just a great jam.
Dude, it's catchy. It's catchy as fuck, and I kind of had forgotten about this song. It's weird, though, because when worst comes to worst for me, I hear what you're saying, Bob, but I come first in that scenario. Like, I'm going to save myself first thing, and then probably run. I'm going to run, when it's all going down. And then maybe if I could bring my friends along, I'll...
Probably, but I doubt that 100% because exactly like we were talking about being at a show together or whatever, when bullets fly, so to speak, which is ridiculous because they are actually talking about living life on the streets or whatever. We obviously didn't. But when shit's going down, you care. You reach out. You're looking out for your brothers, your family, your friends, and when worst comes to worst, my people come first. That's for sure. And I've felt that, and I've given that, and yeah, good song.
It just dawned on me that Dilated Peoples is like a play on words with dilated pupils. Yeah, I never have put that together until right now. It's because it doesn't really make any sense, I guess. Like, oh, dilated peoples. Like, what makes them dilated?
No, it makes total sense, and it's the obvious play on words.
But how are they dilated as peoples?
What things dilate your eyes?
Well,
Like
the only
heavy
things
sun
that
suddenly, drugs suddenly.
there are
Like
two things that dilate. There are two things that dilate. Your pupils dilate, and your vagina when you're having a baby dilates. That's it.
Yeah, so when worst comes to worst, your dilated vagina spits babies out, you dummy.
God, my wife's does. Jesus.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and play you a trailer for another music pod we think you might like. This one is Getting Down and Wordy on Podswap.
Instead of getting down and dirty.
You really are figuring out the play
We got
on
a
words
couple
here.
real clever ones over there.
Riz.
Greetings.
Gendered language.
Onomatopoeias.
The ick.
What makes some words sound funny?
Why just listen to music when you can overanalyze the words in the songs?
Music, language, and Eurovision all crammed into one podcast.
Getting down and wordy with Russell and Hannah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Sweet. Check them out. Back to 6 picks. All right, well, third pick is to me, and it's kind of interesting that worst comes to worst is the pick just before it, because this is a song that spoke to me when I was in a dark place too, when I thought things were at their worst, and maybe they weren't. Maybe it gets worse from here. Who knows? But hopefully not. But let's go ahead and give it a spin. This one is by Ben Folds off of the Songs for Silverman album, and this track is called Landed. Let's give it a spin.
We moved to the West Coast, away from everyone. She never told me that you called. Back when I was still in love, until I opened my eyes and walked out the door, and the clouds came tumbling down, and it's bye-bye, goodbye, I tried. And I twisted.
So I've always really loved Ben Folds, and I think just because I grew up being the kid who took piano lessons, and there wasn't a lot of really awesome 90s rock with piano in it, and it made it hard to feel like that was something that was cool, because everyone else was playing football and I had to leave early to go to piano class. And then I think his first track, he started his band Ben Folds 5, and they did a number of albums, and had that huge hit with the song about the relationship and the abortion, and it might have been like, yeah, She's a Brick, the brick track. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But and if that had been the end of his career, it still would have been a great career, and he could have been on the One Hit Wonders episode. But he just wanted to keep making music because he's this this incredibly talented musician. He's been playing music since he was 9, and his dad traded for the piano. It was, but he started learning songs by ear by just playing Elton John songs and Billy Joel, who we just listened to on the radio, and then would just play it by ear because he's got perfect pitch. So in high school, he played in a bunch of bands. He was a pianist, a bassist, a drummer. He started another band in the 80s. They won a Battle of the Bands at Duke. And, but yeah, it was in the 90s that he went to Nashville and got a publishing deal and, really got into making music. But it was 94 in Chapel Hill where he started Ben Folds 5 and had a really good run with them.
Were there 5 guys in the band?
No, there was 3, which was also really fun because they had a drummer, a bassist, and then a piano. And if you aren't familiar with the piano, one of the things that's really impressive about that instrument is that it uses both the bass scale and the treble scale. So you have a guitar that plays everything from one half of the keyboard, and the bass guitar plays the other half. and different instruments along that scale or whatever. If you have a clarinet, it plays in a certain range. If you have a trumpet, it plays in a different range. And piano could play everything. So on a piano, you can play the same number of notes as a guitarist and a bassist, but just with one person. And it's really difficult to do, and especially in the way that Ben is able to do. Like if you just listen to it's hard to not just listen to the piano on it because he's doing so much.
Have you seen him live?
A number of times.
I never have, and always wanted to. Always.
I saw him at the Bronco Bowl in like 1997 in Dallas, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. He's like on a drum stool, right, instead of a piano bench, and at one point, like, he stands up and then grabs the drum stool upside down and is banging on the keys while playing the other piece. So it's just like mashing the bass scale while he's doing all of his other shit. And, really great singer, all this stuff.
He's a musical genius. He is the guy, like you said, can just hear it, play it. Like, can play any instrument at all. He is a musical genius.
And he's a great friend. No, I'm sorry. I was just I heard him on the radio talking about his, like, one of their first tours, this band, and he insisted on carrying a full piano with him. So it was like every time they set up, like maybe the club's downstairs or whatever, he would have to carry a fucking grand piano or whatever down the stairs and load it in and load it out at the end of the night. And it's like the commitment of that, like,
that sounds
nuts,
awful,
dude. Yeah. And he was like, but it had to be my fucking piano because that's the sound of the band.
Well, and like, as you and I both remember from our Murkison days and watching Cyril tune the piano, it's not a simple thing to do, and to load a piano downstairs, I mean, you got to go through and tune it all. And
have we ever talked about on the pod Cyril, the piano tuner? Have we ever talked about Cyril?
No, we haven't.
Dave?
We haven't talked about that.
There was this guy that he would come in. So we worked at this place, the Murkison Performing Arts Center. Dave got me the job and also gave me Vicodin when I did sound for the first time at this place. He gave me the job and also tried to sabotage me while I was doing the job.
Because fuck you.
But when there would be like
you were fine.
I was fine. When there'd be like a piano concert or whatever, we had a piano and we'd wheel it out from under the stage or behind the stage, and this drunk Eastern European guy named Cyril would come in, and everybody had to get the fuck out. And so we could watch him do it on camera, but he would go in there with his tuner and just tune every key or whatever by ear. So he just would like play boom, boom, and he's like boom, boom, and then people would come in and use it and be like, "Oh, this is perfect." Like he would nail it every time.
Savant, dude.
Yeah, he was. He was just like he was out at Cool Beans drinking, and then he'd show up and tune that piano for an hour, and everybody that played it is like, "Oh my god, sounds so good." Pretty cool.
Wow.
That's he was impressive. He was a cool dude. But so this song, like what it speaks to friendship for me about, the lyrics kind of talk about a person who's been in a troubled relationship, gone through a difficult relationship, and having feelings of isolation and loss, and then coming out of it, and then having a sense of clarity and going through that emotional turmoil. And I think the crux of the song is about them kind of coming back to a friend that they'd had before and saying like, "Hey, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't myself when I was with this person. I didn't know everything that was going on. Like, I made some bad choices, and I hold some of the responsibility here, but like, that's over now, and let's come back. Like, I'm coming back. Like, come pick me up. I'm flying back home." Like, he's there's a line where he says, "You cut the line on the telephone czar, and it's okay to call, and I'll answer for myself." And it's just like, I was in a relationship with a person who was very controlling and was, didn't like my friends and didn't like the things that I did before I was with them. And, I didn't see it at the time that I was making all of these concessions or that I was changing the things that were important to me to sort of placate this person. But like, I know all of you guys through that time in my life, and you're all still here, like I didn't say fuck you or, so loud that you just wrote me off. And I am so grateful for that. Because like you all probably recognize, that was like not a thing that was going to be long of this earth, and like our friendship still is. And so, after that relationship ended, it's funny, because you guys know Josh, the tall dude who was in the wedding too. He's another old friend from theater at UNT. He's a wild man. But he is, like, I'm driving home from the courthouse after dissolving that whole relationship. And he calls me, and we hadn't talked in like 2 years. And it was just like this moment where it was like, holy shit, like, I moved down to Austin with him.
Was he? It was just,
no, he didn't know. It was just
random.
like a random call.
That's cool.
And he was like, "Hey,
I thought
I've been thinking about
that
you." And I was
night,
like, "I
but
can't
then
believe."
I decided not to. So anyway,
Yeah. No,
you got a
totally.
friend in me.
But it's a thing. And then like when I moved into when I moved out of that apartment and I moved into my own place in 2005, this album came out, and of course I bought it. I got the record, and then I loved it, and I found the piano music, and of course I have a piano and so I would sit there and drink whiskey in my house that nobody else lived in, that I got to do whatever I wanted in, and stayed up as late as I wanted and drink whiskey and play piano as loud as I wanted, and like nobody could tell me no, and like nobody could tell me they didn't think Ben Folds was that great, and that like, my taste didn't really matter. Like in this relationship, I went through this whole time where I didn't even, like, when it ended, I didn't know what I liked to eat anymore. It was like, hey, where do you want to go eat? I don't know. Like, where do you want to go? It was always about her. It was always about like what she wanted, because I didn't want to say the wrong thing or make her mad or give her another reason to like go off the handle about something. It was like, how do we just try to keep this train rolling down the track? Because I thought that I thought that the dissolving the relationship was, more shameful than just, giving up these little pieces of me that I didn't think were that big of a deal. So, coming from a very Catholic family and having parents that have been married now for 50 years, like, making relationships work was part of the thing I saw every day. It's like, that's kind of the expectation that I just thought had to happen. And like, I didn't understand that, like, yeah, no, not everything is supposed to work, and not everything is supposed to end in a 50-year partnership. Like, some things run their course, and you need to walk away from those things.
Question. Hey, real quick, Dave. When you were like getting married, like we were all there living with you, or like friends with you while you courted that person, and then like you ultimately got married in the Murchison Performing Arts Center with Christmas trees there, which was a choice.
You were not on Vicodin that time? I don't think I gave you Vicodin that day.
No, I was on other substances to get through it, but no, I'm kidding. Joke. So there was, I think I had this conversation with Dave Nelson and also Bobby, but we were like, this seems like a bad idea. Like we were talking among each other about that, and ultimately, we kind of foresaw what would come of it. But then there was a question about like, well, what do we do? Like, if we think it's a bad idea. And I was like, I'm just going to like support the guy, and, I'm not going to come in and be like, don't get married or whatever. Like, I just, just like be his buddy, and then if it all falls apart, continue to be his buddy. And so that was the choice that I made. But did other people come to you and be like, Dave, this is a bad move? or what? And what would you have preferred in that moment, do you think? Like, do you wish that I had sat you down at the bar and been like, bro, like, I love you.
Dude, that would have never worked.
It wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have worked.
Wouldn't have
Because
mattered.
I met Dave
so I think
maybe a month before he got married. And so I did like just randomly at work or whatever. And then we started talking a little bit. And then you were like, oh, I'm gone this weekend to go get married. And I think I just started laughing. I'm like, what? And then he's like, no, I am. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. You're not getting married. You're fucking 22 or something. And he's like, no, I'm getting married. And then I was just like, I just could not wrap my head around marrying anybody at that time. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And you're like, anyway, it almost became a thing. I'm like, oh, just kidding, dude. I'm fucking out of here. Like, I didn't know you well. And I was like, okay.
No,
So-
marriage is cool.
Yeah. Good luck.
to your point, Geoff, you asked earlier, like, what I would have preferred. And I think, like, talking to Zach after the fact, he's like, you just got to back your brother's play. It's like, it may be the wrong thing, but like, if you want to be there for them, then you can't tell them this is the wrong thing. I remember rebelling against the people who were like, this is wrong. You shouldn't do this. You're making a mistake. I'm like, you don't know how I feel. You don't know what we have. This is real.
Yeah, this is real. This is gold. Yeah.
I've been listening to Incubus for 3 years, and I know what love is. Oh, to be 22. I mean, we make mistakes. We think whales in songs are like,
Dude,
Grammy
just
worthy.
listen to Interstellar by Incubus and tell me that I don't know what love is. Wait, what? How does that?
That doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense.
But they got a DJ too, and whales.
He's scratching. There is scratching in it.
Trust me, if she loves it, we love it. That's just how it is.
All right, well, that's my first track. Next up, we are going to pass the mic back to Bueno Bobby, who is fluent in Espanol. So I was wondering if this is why he picked this song, but
La cosa es
I'm going to let
no.
you intro.
Hay muchas razones para esta canción en particular, but for real. So this song has the literal brotherhood in it, which I am a younger brother. I have a brother who's a year and 8 months older than me. So there's that dynamic, but then also the dynamic of us three, at least. I think we've maybe seen this band together more than any other one band. And this is Ween with Buenas tardes, amigo.
Cinco de Mayo's on Tuesday, and I hoped we'd see each other again. You killed my brother last winter.
Man, that song really is. It's a mini masterpiece. It's like a Edgar Allan Poe story.
It is.
It's like
and that's what I love about Ween is they can bring the silly, but within an absolutely beautiful fucking story. So to relate it to what we're doing tonight, I, of course, was actually thinking about my brother, who he and I have been through some trying times, but the idea of the brother that kills head honcho brother just out of jealousy and whatever else he had and hiding it from his mother while living his life. So that's the part of it. That's the brotherhood that I thought. But then when I hear Ween, I think of you both fondly, of course. But that song is actually about killing his own fucking brother.
And then killing his friend because he's friends with the guy that he frames up.
The amigo, yes. He puts him to death but he exchanges that to... I don't know. Everything about it was the first thing you sent when you sent me, hey, we're going to do things, brotherhood, friendship, whatever. It was, I had one in the bank in 1 second.
interesting about it was my very first Ween song that I ever encountered in the wild. And then I was like, what is that? And I was just so like, I was so taken with it. I was like, that's an unbelievable, I don't even know how to place it. I thought the guy was actually Hispanic, like I didn't know. And then like I picked up the record and I listened to the rest of it. I was like, oh my God, dude, there's so much like, let 1,000 flowers bloom on this motherfucker. Like it's every genre. And like, who are these guys?
Yeah, so that's off their Chocolate and Cheese album, 1994, which cover to cover, unbelievable.
I'm going to listen to it tomorrow now.
And it's one of those bands and albums where you're like, okay, tell me what kind of music it is. And you just say, I don't know, dude. Just listen to it. And
it's just a journey. But does it make you want to like hang out in Mexico, this song? Like just...
Yes.
I just like
yeah, I mean,
with like strung up lights and like picnic tables. There's just something about and like Cinco de Mayo. Like it's exciting.
Which they don't actually celebrate
on Tuesday,
by the way. But
right. No, this Ween for me is a band about brotherhood, and it's like it started, I think, going to that show at Red Rocks, but then like it translated into Russ, you, me, and Jason and Sea Love. In that weekend that everybody came to my East Side crack house and we drank 4 cases of Miller Lite and went to shows and hung out, and you were living in the Valley and Sea Love was living in El Paso and fucking Smitty was in San Antonio. Like everybody had left, right? And everybody came to my house and we just partied for like 4 or 5 days and we listened to Quebec like on repeat, just like again and again and again and again. Like in the morning we got up and then we go, let's walk down to the store, get another case of beer. Okay, let's come back. And then it was awesome. And then like whoever brought that CD to the house, like left it in the CD player.
Whoops.
And then like, I know. Well, and so like I didn't discover it until everybody was gone and I turned it on and like the last track on it, oh shit. What is the last track on Quebec?
If you can save yourself.
I came in your mouth. Yeah, if I could say, yeah.
If you could save yourself, you'd save us all. And like, I turned that song on and like, it's such a powerful song in its own right. But like, everybody had gone home and I was alone in my house again. And I felt this profound sadness that I was alone. Like I didn't have my boys with me. And I just like, I sat in the living room and I wept by myself. Like it's not funny.
It's a very Philip Seymour Hoffman moment.
Yeah,
sure.
Dude, quit huffing gasoline, bro, and read the letter.
No. Turns out you can lose too much serotonin in 4 days and then not know how to have a relationship with yourself.
I think like we were talking about this earlier, what bands can do and how they establish friendship, especially when at that show. I've never had a bad time at a Ween show. I've never run into an adversary or some dickbag. Ween has done something with their music and the way they do their thing that, yes, everybody at their show, like it says, if you could save yourself, you'd save us all. That's that song title. It is. There's a brotherhood with even just the fans at those shows. But when I think brotherhood, when I think friendship and all that, that band Ween does that. But I love that song, just how, I mean, he kills his fucking brother, you know? That's awesome. Along those lines, my brother really, he was the one when I was in some of those shit relationships that would actually look me in the eye and say, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like this is a bad situation. And I would listen to him, obviously not enough, but he was the one person that would do it where a lot of the friends would kind of follow along, just support, where he would confront, you know, and say, fuck that. That's ridiculous. That's what family kind of can do.
That's right. Family can hit you harder than friends can.
Yeah, they can tell you exactly what's up.
Let's take a break and chew the fat. Play that motherfucker.
Geoff, Russ, and Dave in the motherfucking chat, chewing the fat on stuff weird and whack.
Okay, so today's Chewing the Fat is brought to us by Fasten Some. Do you think you need a highly effective adhesive for several different kinds of materials? You might be in luck. Fasten Some glue creates molecular bonds on wood and cardboard of all kinds. There might not be a better adhesive out there for this specific application. So if you have a woodworking project or possibly a grade school cosplay crafting project, Fasten Some can help you put it all together. Why waste your hard-earned dollars on glue that has so many different applications that you don't know which way is up? Get to the store and get you some Fasten Some adhesive.
Fasten all. No. Fasten some. Are you confused by what all is? Well, it's black and
good.
white, and he's like, I don't know.
Hey, Dixie, since we weren't able to chew the fat, can you give us a snapshot as to what was actually happening during that time? Thanks.
Do you guys not have clicking? Is it just me that has clicking?
Do you hear clicking? I'm hearing a clicking.
Oh, now I hear that fucking ticking. I mean, it's
Yeah, I hear
constant. It's
clicks
just-
like
It's a metronome. Does someone have a metronome on?
oh yeah, you have a metronome on.
I do. Oh, little fucking piece of shit. All right, I found it.
We lost him.
Oh, now I got nothing.
Bobby's got no sound.
Is he talking?
Yeah, and I still am trying to.
Oh, there you were. Okay.
I'm trying to get to the place where I can actually see your guys' fucking faces again.
You might be able to hit the escape key. Maybe just hit the escape key.
An advertisement.
Hit the escape key on your computer.
Yeah, just hit the escape key.
No.
Okay, top right.
I'm having a super time.
Top right of that screen is a little bitty X. You'll see it and you just click it and that will get you back.
I just don't see you guys anymore. It's like all the banter and whatnot. It's just
All right, why don't you you can just exit out of Discord and get back in.
So much.
Are you logged in with two different accounts?
I think I am somehow. I don't know which one this is. I didn't remember my shit from last time.
All right. Are you back in your new project, recording everything going there?
Yeah, it's the one I just started, so it's still been going. Should I kill it again and start over?
No. Keep it. You're good.
No. Keep it.
Don't
Keep
touch
That's
it.
totally
And now back to Six Picks Music Club.
All right, track number 5 is To Me, coming back this way, and I've got a really fun track that it comes out in 1972 off the Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars record by David Bowie, and this is going to close out that record. It's a Rock and Roll Suicide. Let's give it a spin.
Don't let the milk float rob your mind. They're so natural, religiously unkind. Oh no, love, you're not alone. You're watching yourself, but you're too unfair. You've got your head all tangled up, but a fuck can only make you care. Oh no, love, you're not alone. No matter what or who you blame, no matter when or where.
The Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders of Mars is a concept record, which talks about Ziggy Stardust is this bisexual alien that comes to Earth to, talk to the human race about, the downfall of Earth, and tries to give them this message of hope, like 5 years before Earth becomes inhabitable. But he ends up becoming this rock and roll icon, and ultimately falls victim to his own fame and success. And a lot of people look at this song as sort of the death of that alien, and even in his live performances, it's often been the last song of the show. It's always the end of the concert. And I think even during one of his shows in the 70s, like he said, like, this is the end. And people thought, oh God, is he going to retire from music? And he was like, oh, no, this is just the death of this character. I'm going to continue on and be David Bowie and make other music. But when I listen to this song, like I see the alien who is lost and is downtrodden and like become this victim to their own self-destruction or whatnot. But even in that utter isolation and self-loathing, like I do feel like the narrator of the song is just full of empathy and full of trying to give comfort to this person, this alien who is in a place of despair. And I think, like, when we're at our darkest, it is our friends that are there with us to say, like, hey, like, I know it's dark, but you're not here by yourself. Like, you're wonderful. Like, you're not alone. And they repeat that over and over and over again in this song, that you're not alone. And I think that is one of the greatest gifts about brotherhood, friendship, brothership, friend, brother, bro, friend, is that you're not alone. And even like when you do feel like you have isolated yourself from your group of friends because you committed to this bartender who you thought was really hot and you decided to marry her, and then it all went to shit. But all to say, I think that's a big thing for me is feeling connected to people and feeling like kinship and having that connection with people, and I think the vocal performance that Bowie gives here is fantastic. It is it's emotional, it's honest, it's raw, it's right up Russ's alley. Vulnerable.
Nope, it's good.
It's scream singing. It's belting it out.
And like the song, it starts out as this sort of just acoustic guitar, and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds until there's this whole symphonic, just overwhelming, just sound, wall of sound. And the whole record is great. If you haven't taken the time to put it on and listen to it front to back, like, I highly recommend it. And it's hard to say that David Bowie's catalog is not legendary, if nothing.
No, but there certainly are some of those, not to say B tracks or others, lesser known songs. That is certainly one of them, I think. It's a lesser known song of his, and like you said, Frodio, I'm going to now power through that, not power through, but just listen to that entire album tomorrow and give it a run.
Yeah, dude.
Bring it back.
Hey, maybe for the rest of this episode, we should just call him Geoff Bro.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Geoff Bro.
I'll allow it.
Nobody asked for your allowance of it. We're just going to do it. So fuck you.
Guys, is there anybody that would be cool, like, cooler than fucking David Bowie? He's just, there's just some people that know, like, I don't know, they got it all figured out. They know, they're like, everybody wants them around all the time, and he was one of those dudes. Like, if he shows up, you're like, oh my God, dude, fucking Bowie's at this party. This is so lights out, And he had the coolest wife, and he was just, he's the best, dude.
He was, and I agree with all that. But when he and Mick Jagger,
oh my God,
did that fucking
so
song
dorky
together, and they took the music away and just,
oh yeah, we watched that one night. It was pretty funny.
I could not see him the same way. I couldn't. I can't see either of them the same way. No, their music is still outstanding.
Yeah.
But they were
that
kind
was
of a
misstep
couple
in
of
general,
ego
dancing in the
twerps.
street.
That was garbage. Just garbage. And sadly, I let that be a little powerful in my mind. It really annoys me.
All right. Well, closing us out tonight with the sixth pick of the Six Picks Music Club, the titular pick, the tit pick. Jeffro, what is pick 6 of Six Picks Music Club's episode on Brotherhood, friend?
Well, I was trying to think of a song that's my first one is sentimental, and one that's a celebration of friendship and brotherhood, and it takes us to the pub, the bar. This is 1990s mega hit "Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks.
And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. And I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay.
Is there a more sing-along song than this song at a bar?
I think we should talk about that because it's definitely in the Mount Rushmore of sing-along songs.
There's no bar that does it like at 1:45. If this comes on, every person is there.
You have to put I don't like it and I don't want to sing it.
Don't say closing time. Don't say it.
No, but Brown-Eyed Girl is an enormous sing-along song.
Sure.
Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, yeah. Any Margaritaville or Cheeseburger Empire. Yeah, they both could.
Maybe Sweet Caroline. We got to talk about Sweet Caroline in this conversation.
Yeah. You got to get Neil Diamond in there for sure, because that will bring them all together.
It's
if you had to put a Mount Rushmore of the 4 songs
has
that
to be
just
4. Yeah.
I think you're right.
I mean, there's songs where people they're so sung that people have inserted additional lyrics. So Margaritaville is like that. They say the salt, where's the goddamn salt line?
Yep.
I fucking hate that shit, but they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's got to be in there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's so practiced.
Why do we drink to get drunk?
Yeah,
Why do we smoke to get high? Or does he say to get stoned? But yeah, the additional lines.
Dude, this album was fucking enormous. Like, it sold something like 20 million records, but it had The Thunder Rolls, which is a song.
Huge and a great song.
Yeah, Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House, another big song. This one, Wild Horses, and then the other ones I know, but the Mr. Blue, great song. But dude, it was only 34 minutes long, and this thing absolutely
that album was 34 minutes long.
Yeah, it crushed.
Just hit.
Yeah, dude, it's an all-timer, and it actually does make me feel long for camaraderie. Like it's a shallow, stupid song. You know, he's like down on his luck, and it's okay because he's got friends in low places that work in the service industry or something. But he could go down to the Oasis and kick it for a while, but there's a great comfort in that. Like, if you do have friends at the bar and you know that they're like a constant, they're there, you can always lean on that shit. There was a time in my life where I had friends. There was always gonna be a friend of mine at one of those bars, and that's I don't have that now, and I miss that shit. You know, that was great.
Yeah, there's something about take it back to, I guess, college, Denton, Austin, wherever, and it's just it's like Cheers, right? You walk into a place where it's like that they know your order. You walk in you gotta.
They put your drink down as soon as you sit down.
Yeah, it's like. The bartender knows you, and it's great. You're either meeting there to throw darts or shoot pool or whatever.
Yeah, to that song there is, in my opinion, I don't know another song that brings a group of drunkards or partiers together more than that. Be it a wedding, be it the closing at a bar. You put that on and everybody is now the brother with their next, the guy, the girl next to him. Best of friends.
Good stuff.
Did you know Garth Brooks's first name is not Garth?
Is it Cherry?
It's
no. Is it?
It's Troil.
No.
Troil.
Oh wow.
Not Troy. Not Royal.
Troyell. Troil. Troil
Garth Brooks.
What a
born in February 7th, 1962 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Is it spelled Troyle? Troil?
Y-A-L.
Troyal.
Troyal.
Oh
What
my
a-
God.
Dumb name.
That's way worse than Cherry.
That is stupid. Yeah,
Like,
Cherry's kind of a
I mean,
cool name
I was
compared
gonna
to
say,
that.
Cherry's more of a
Yeah.
stripper name, but it's okay.
I'd take
His
it over.
parents were like, I guess Chumbawamba's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Troil.
Do you think naming your boy Sue was an issue? No, it's like name him Troil. Just
Do you
get
think
it
they were
hammered.
between they're like, Dad was like, I want him to be named Troy, goddammit. And then Mom was like, Royal is
No,
his name.
she's like,
And they're
Terrell. I want him to be named
Yeah.
Terrell.
Not on my watch, bitch. Terrell.
Yeah, this song does it is a song ultimately about brotherhood. So it's kind of like the song's about, or this pod's about friendship or brotherhood or both or whatever. And this is a song that can make brothers out of complete strangers, as you were saying, Bob. You could be literally anywhere, probably in the United States, and this song comes on and you're like, yes, we're all at the bar together and we're all doing the same fucking thing, and we're gonna sing this thing now, and feel a little bit closer and get a little shot of adrenaline, feel good about ourselves, and go about our nights.
You will hug a stranger really hard listening to this fucking song at the end of the night. Absolute stranger will be your best friend for that minute, and that's cool.
It's great. And, I do love getting to do this show with my dudes and getting to bring my other dudes on. And so I'm a dude dressed up as a dude, looking like another dude. And it's just great. It's great.
Now, thank you guys
that's
so
gonna
much
do it
for
for
having
us.
me. This was fun as shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Bobo. We'll do it again. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at Six Picks Music Club. Thanks for hanging out with us and broing out with us. You're a friend for life listener. If we missed a track that you love about brothership, give us an email, drop us a comment with your favorites. Because, if you shoot us an email, we'll read it on the show, just like this one we got this week. This is actually from another brother of the show. This is from JM in Connecticut, and he says, "What's the fucking deal with the word record being the verb and the noun of basically the same function? How did you pronounce that in your head when you read it? Is that some lazy lexicology? What do you think? Also, when are you gonna have me back? People clearly want more of my dead dad talk. I love you. We love you too, JM." Oh, also he says, check out the track Pool House by TVOD. I don't know, TVOD? TVOD, I don't know.
Hey, what's
TVOD?
your name?
TVOD.
TVOD, and this
all
is my
capitalists.
This is my buddy Troy, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see you back here in 2 Wednesdays, and until then, play it loud and keep jamming. This episode of Six Picks Music Club was produced by Donnie Hasnadik.
Jesus.
Edited by Phil Mabottle. With special thanks to Dixie Rex.
Violent and essential, one speck of light, 2 inches of dirt, enough to make this life